Hello Grumpies, it's been a long 5 years, but we're finally in the endgame. The day of the Vagina Doctor will soon be over. Legend of the Sea Devils has been and gone, and only managed a miserable 2.2 million on the overnights, which means when the final consolidated figure gets released, Jodie Whittaker will have the lowest average audience of any Doctor so far, and, depending on the numbers for her final episode, possibly the lowest ever. Let's hope so. So now it's time to turn our attention from Sea Devils and scissoring to the fuck-off finale, the So Long Whittaker Swan Song, where the portal baby witch doctor, who's not a Time Lord, finally burns. Who fucking Ray? The Biased Broadcasting Corporation stuck a coming soon trailer on the end of Return of the Turtleman, and it's hilarious. So, after Legend of the Sea Devils, get ready for Time of the She-Devils, which is what I'm calling it, whatever its official title is. Time of the She-Devils is the final Jodie Whittaker episode of Doctor Who, and from the looks of things, given that it's the end, this time Chibnall is ripping off Suicide Squad by giving us Doctor Who, Vagina Squad. So the coming soon trailer at the end of Return of the Turtlemen is clearly a desperate attempt to drum up some interest in anything other than the last 5 minutes of Whittaker's final episode. So let's have a butchers at this final dollop of shite being served up by Doctor Who. So first of all we get Jodie Whittaker trying to do some sad face acting while someone in the background stands there with a bucket full of dry ice. Next it's contractually obligated Daleks, of course, and that Cyberman bloke who got turned into an action figure by the Master. And surprise surprise, he's back as well, only he's had a haircut and a shave this time. And then Jodie Whittaker gives us her resting bitch face. As if we don't have enough vaginas already, Kate Stewart's back, and then we've got Yaz Vajaz, and Dan being a prick, and that Vindaloo bloke from Flux. Remember Flux? And then, as if all that wasn't enough, the fan wankometer kicks into overdrive with this. Yes, it's Tegan and Ace. Tegan and Ace. Seriously. Now, there are a number of problems with these two coming back, quite apart from Janet Feelings and Sophie Awful being two of the least talented actresses to ever play companions. Ace and Tegan are unlikable, annoying Z-listers. Well, they are to me anyway. They're only there for fan bait, much like the Sea Devils were. And let's be honest, they're not exactly Sarah Jane Smith and Joe Grant, are they? Speaking of Sarah Jane, that was the last time we heard of either of them, back in 2010.
There's a woman called Tegan in Australia, fighting for Aboriginal rights.
Which, to be fair, does sound like the sort of thing a bolshy bird like Tegan would get up to when she went back to Earth after the Doctor. Now, what about Ace?
Oh, there's a Dorothy something. She runs that company, Charitable Earth. She's raised billions.
Now, if I was the sort of fan for whom shit like this mattered, I would be wondering whether the fact that Ace has already met the Vagina Doctor in Sophie Aldred's book At Childhood's End, I'd be wondering if that would get referenced in the episode, but Chibnall's such a hack that he'll probably just ignore it. And I really don't give a toss either way. There's also a fan-pleasing moment later in the trailer when you see Sophie Aldred putting her Ace jacket back on from back in the day as she knocks lumps out of a Dalek, evoking fan-bait memories of remembrance of the Daleks. Brilliant. And then for some bizarre reason, the Master turns into Rasputin. So Ace and Tegan will probably be brought into the story by Kate Stewart, because she's got them all on speed dial after they all visited the Black Archive, and there's going to be some shite about how the Vagina Doctor is so virtuous that it takes the Daleks and the Cybermen and the Master to bring her down. And then she'll do a Joan of Arc routine and burn like a Roman candle. Now, in the clip, the Vagina Doctor calls Vajaz's name, and it looks like they're in that church or whatever it is, so maybe Vajaz shoots her, and that's what triggers a regeneration. If indeed this is the moment of regeneration and not misdirection, because we all remember how Moffat prick teased us with Capaldi's fake regeneration. Not that anyone really gives a toss, it's just nice to know that in a few short months from now, it'll all be over. And then maybe, who knows, RTD2 will do the right thing and bring back Doctor Who. Until the next time, resist the Marxists and stay grumpy.
If you're a lefty and have been affected by any of the issues raised in this program,
Fuck off!